Well, the madness is still going on. I'm missing an engine right here. There's supposed to be an engine right there. That gas tank is huge. Put the final drive out. And I tell you, that drive shaft there, that was hard to get out of the transmission. It's just on the right angle where it binds up in there. So, there's the motor. And the bad news, again, I'm going to need a transmission shaft. I think it's just the input shaft, really, technically. You can see it wobbling there. I can't get it going fast enough to see it, really, but brace this. You can see a little bit there. So it's warped. I'm going to get a new one. Transfer all the good bits over from this one to the other motor. Unfortunately, I can't put this. You put the new motor in until I get the transmission, or the shaft for the transmission. I replaced that shaft right there. The rest of it's good. I actually went all the way through the gears already. I'm not sure what that backlash is right there. I guess it's supposed to be there because it does it for every gear. That was second. That's third. Here's fourth. Yeah, maybe it has something to do with the flywheel or whatever, and it doesn't. It is what it is. It's supposed to do it apparently. And those are all the gears. So it's kind of fun. I used the engine hoist and I just put the strap around it and I just dropped it down through the center until it hit the ground and took the engine hoist off. There's the engine hoist with strap already on it, still on it. And I'm going to take the rest of this stuff off that I don't like. I found out this is just a little grommet in here. That's the only thing that's coming out with that. I'm going to make sure that that's in there. This is the only side of plastic I didn't have to take off. I had to take that side off to get to this stupid connector down here. Stupid connector goes in right there and I couldn't get it to release. Wiring harness for the engine. Oh, and that relay, those wires right there, they cut. It goes to the horn right down in there. So every time they hit the horn, they rerouted that power into a relay right off the battery, and it ran this thing here. I don't know if this is some kind of crazy air horn or something, but I'm gonna hook it up to a 12 volts and see what it does. Might scare the shit out of me. We'll see. But that's where they put it. And it might be one of the reasons why it looks like it's rubbing right there. So I don't think they have it back in there far enough. But I'm gonna take it out. You know what? If I gotta beep the horn and it's gotta be that loud, it's really not gonna do anything. That'd be already too late. And I guess this thing is supposed to float in here. Because it's not. Like I said, I'm gonna take the rest of this plastic off, maybe touch up some places where it needs to. I gotta replace this anyway. It's got screws in there. The new hand grips, because they're heated too. I took the cables off on the other side. Walk around here to the other side. Took the cables off. They're out. Undo that screw there. Take the cables off, and there's right in there. There's a wire in there that kind of runs around a circle. So it doesn't break like a clock spring on your horn airbags. So fun stuff. Fun stuff. Almost tripped out this screw right here because it was binding up. And I did actually mess up one of the other screws for this bracket. That one right there, it didn't want to release either. And rounded off the head on the other three are where they're supposed to be. The other one I chucked in the corner. And I'm gonna clean this fluid up. Clean this clutch fluid up. It is really nasty. The brake fluid doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's got this nice 150 gram, oh no, brass thing on the top here. It's pretty cool. 150 gram, I guess, I don't know. But this is clear. I don't want to stick my fingers down there too much, but that's pretty clear. And that looks new, so it looks like it may have been actually replaced recently. And this does go in a certain way. It does go in a certain way. I gotta look at my phone so I see what I'm doing. There we go. I'm gonna find my lid way over here in BFE. It's supposed to have little clips on it where it locks it in. There it goes. I might replace that cap. Sun faded. So there we are. Until I get a transmission, I'm pretty much done for right now. Kind of stinks. Bummer. But maybe I'll pull the motor apart and see if the other 3 cylinders are damaged. Quite honestly, if I had to guess, I'm gonna spin it around. If I had to guess at what failed on this thing, I think it's this. Gear right here. When the clutch was put in by the dealership, I think they cracked this or something to that extent. And then, of course, number 1 cylinder's right here, and this thing came around and that piece got wedged in here, where all this broken stuff is right here, and it just ripped that cap off the cylinder. Connecting rod. It just ripped the cap off the connecting rod. I found 1 bent bolt. The other bolt must be down in there still somewhere. And the cap, once it broke free, it lodged itself up in here, and that's what bent my shaft. Kind of a bummer. If it had gone anywhere else, I probably wouldn't need a transmission, or I wouldn't need that piece. So. But I might pull this apart and see the extent of the damage. Really, it's kind of interesting. Alrighty.